Hello there, Darren here from FatLossLifestyle.com here to talk to you about a very, very important topic, and that is don't trust the scale. I see so many of my clients, and I used to do it 20, 30 years ago when I was uninformed, no offense, but the scale brings bad news, and that's not good. We're emotional creatures. When we just use the scale to see if our fitness fat loss program is working, our muscle building program is working, bad news comes in. You need a little bit more information than that. You see, the body is made up of 60% to 65% of water. That is, take an average 150-pound man, that's around 100, or girl, that's 100 to 110 pounds of water inside you. You see that water is transported in and out of cells, in and out of fat, in and out of muscle, depending on so many things, what time of the month it is for the girls, how much sodium you had in your meal last night, what type of carbs you ate yesterday. There's so many things changing that your body is shelling water in and out, all that weight of water. I forget how many pounds a gallon of water weighs, 3 or 4, so you can imagine how our scale weight can fluctuate. You just can't use the scale. All right? And the other thing is our eyes are blind. When we start to really focus on changing our body and our lifestyle and our life, we hyper-focus on our body, we're looking at our midsection in the mirror, and we sort of get those blind eyes like an anorexic person. We really aren't a very good judge of if things are really working or not. 3 things that you can do if you want to judge better whether your fitness fat loss nutrition program is working. And that is the way your clothes fit. Common sense. Wear the same clothes the same way. Don't wash your blue jeans and then wonder why they're tighter. But wear the same clothes, and if they feel looser around the waistline and you feel like they're more loose and you have a little more room in them, then your program's going pretty good. You're losing some fat. All right? And you're taking up less space in the room, and that's what you want. Even though you lose fat, when you get smaller, you appear bigger, because bodybuilding is an illusion, and it's about seeing the shape of the muscles as the fat melts off, and that's what we're going to show you how to do. The second way is to use a scale and a tape measure. A cloth tape measure that a seamstress would use parallel to the floor, right through the navel, the same tightness every time. That and a scale weight combined together will give you a little bit more information. If your scale weight stays the same and that measurement around your waistline at the navel goes down, that means you're gaining muscle and losing fat. Okay? If your scale weight stays the same and the measurement goes up, then that means you're losing muscle and gaining fat. So it gives you a little bit more information than just the scale. So we got the clothes, the first one. The second one is the scale and the cloth tape measure. And the third thing is a little bit more precise, is a one-site skin-fold caliper testing kit. I don't sell them, but you can find them anywhere online. Bill Phillips, Body for Life, turned me on to it 20 years ago. Just Google search not cheap, but skin-fold caliper test. They're about 10, 11, 12, 13 bucks. They're invaluable. All you do, they're so simple. All you have to do is read the directions. It takes 1 minute. One side, go to your suprailiac or right off your right hip bone. See how many millimeters thick it is. Do it 3 times. Take the average of those 3 readings. Plug it into a formula. Mine is 11 millimeters thick right now. Your age, 44 for me. And it says that I am at, and then you get your body's fat percentage. For me, it comes up to 11% right now. That's a little bit high for me. I'm not really proud of that, but it's coming down pretty quickly right now to get ready for the fitness season, which kicks in pretty much in about a month. So my interval cardio and things are going really well, so I know it's falling. But so you got 3 numbers to follow, okay? Once you get your body fat percentage, and within 1 minute with the one-site skin-fold caliper test, you can come up with your body fat percentage, okay? Next, very simply, mine is 11%, okay? Take the decimal and move it over 2 places to the left every time. So I go to 0.11, multiply it times my scale weight. That will come up with how much your fat actually weighs. So simple, I weigh more than 200, but for simplicity's sake, 200-pound man, 11% body fat, 0.11 times 200, my scale weight, that comes up to 22 pounds of fat. So far I got 2 important numbers, 11% overall body fat, and how much the fat on my body weighs, 22 pounds. Okay? If we cut all the fat off my body, I'd be dead. Okay? And because you need fat to survive. What's left over is called lean body mass. It's everything else besides fat. Blood, organs, bone, muscle, water volume. Since all those numbers stay the same, the only one that changes significantly is muscle. You can lose muscle if you eat a salad a day and run 10 miles. You can gain muscle if you eat properly and work out intensely. So When lean body mass changes, it's indicative, or it tells us how much muscle we're losing or how much muscle we're gaining. So you got your overall body fat percentage, you got your fat weight, and you got your lean body mass. And you can tell if you're losing fat or gaining muscle or losing muscle. You can tell more precisely. Very simple. I highly suggest that you do it. That way you can make one change with your resistance training, one change with your cardio, one change with your nutrition, one change with your goal setting and mental mindset, and then you have a much better ability, changing one thing at a time, to monitor it with the Skinful Calipers kit to see if things are actually working. We got a lot of clients in our club that utilize these techniques. Let's go out here real quick. I just want to show you a couple. This is my private studio here in Chicago. I think my head trainer Cordell is actually training a client right now. There he is. Hey, Cordell.
Hey.
And there's Penny. She's a first-time girl in our group class here, even though she's solo today. All right, now I just want to show you right over here on the wall. I just want to show you a couple people. We got all kinds of stories, but right there is a 44-year-old guy who got ripped abs for the first time in his life, Bob Mann. He was so excited. Brian Carnabogie, 6-year-old guy who beat myotonic dystrophy in here with the mindset and exercise. Coach Lou Holtz, I met him one day at the Notre Dame alumni game tryout, and me and him talked about winning mindset. There's a gal right there who I met at a fitness competition who dropped 150 pounds and got ripped abs. What an incredible story. And then we got Danny Dredge-Miller right up there. There's Danny. Danny, I hope you can see it because my thing's bounced around. Danny lost 7 inches off his waist in here. Took him about 7 months, but as you can see, look at his face on the first one on the left. He looks like he's unhappy and depressed, which he probably was. And then the one on the right, he looks like a young kid and he's really smiling. And that wasn't by design, that was just natural, because when you come back into my office here, this is my office here, my private studio. There's my vision board. Got Oprah up there, Dr. Mercola, Jim Fannin, how much money I want to make next year, book sales. Vision boards are really, really valuable because your mind cannot go. And here we go. Because your body cannot go where your mind hasn't gone first. Vision boards help you to see what you want and where you're going and start to build up that belief system in your gut that you can have it. I highly suggest that you cut out a physique out of a fitness magazine, put on that vision board, and you cut your head off and put on that picture. I did it years ago, and about a year later, I was competing as a pro bodybuilder at WMBF, and I don't have the right genetics. I've been drug-free for life. I don't have the genetics to be a great bodybuilder, but I overcame that. The main thing was because I took my mind there first, so I highly suggest that you create a vision board. So there are some nice tools. I hope you got inspired. I highly suggest that you put your body fat percentage under a microscope with these 3 advantages that we talked about to more precisely tell what is going on, and so you can make adjustments with some education behind it. So there you go, Darren Steen from Fat Loss Lifestyle. You do have the power to change. Go make it happen.